never meant to play life on solo mode, believing that you yourself are enough to truly win at this game of life, to have the health, energy, impact, presence, lifestyle, and overall identity of the man you desire to become. Just trust me when I say this, bro. Neither you nor I were built to walk this journey alone. So what if instead of playing solos, you finally tapped into the divine duo that is you and God? You were never meant to play life on solo mode. The past few years, I thought I could just spam biohacks and self-help advice to unlock a new version of myself. Visualizations and affirmations to try and rewire my own subconscious beliefs. Basically just trying to do everything entirely on my own. But the truth is, I and every single other guy in pursuit of self-mastery have had a duos partner this entire time as we've just been playing solo. Waiting for us to ready up and actually start playing the game of life how it was always meant to be played, through co-creation and not living like a lone wolf. Because man and God were designed to be co-creators, aka duo partners, working together to achieve the identity, the lifestyle that you authentically desire. Why I've come to acknowledge this as the divine duo of man and God. As I mentioned, for so long I was basically playing solo duos like I was back in high school playing Fortnite, trying to force my way towards becoming a higher version of self instead of allowing God to carry some of the weight. Truthfully, man and God each have their own specific role within creating that new reality and identity. We as humans are designed to handle our physical body and conscious mind, our actions, thought patterns, and overall how we influence the physical world. And God is designed to handle the spiritual when it comes to our soul and our subconscious, deeper aspects of our mind, our deep-seated beliefs, intuition, identity, emotions, etc. This is why you can spend all of the time trying to hack your own subconscious and just get absolutely nowhere. Believing you yourself can bend reality and just change your entire life from some manifestation tactic you saw on YouTube. Because you're trying to do what only God can do. When someone starts believing that they themselves are God, that's when self-worship begins to plague their lives. I know this personally because for so long I falsely believed that I could just optimize my way into that 2.0 version of myself. That if I obsessed over fitness, self-help, content creation, manifestation, I'd unlock that new identity. All it did was pull me further away from God, causing me to seek validation in external idols and successful creators who I thought would shape me into the man I just so desperately wanted to become early on. So no matter how hard I tried to plan and systematize becoming that 2.0 self, it always felt like I was running in circles. I would make huge progress within my physique, my diet, my routine, my habits, my overall lifestyle, but it was only ever in waves and never consistent long-term success. As of late, within just zooming out and reflecting on my own journey, I realized that for so long I've always been in this position where I'm just fluctuating between periods of feeling aligned and misaligned. See now that it's largely because I've been neglecting my own role within the divine duo of man and God. Understand that our egos convince us that we are the playmakers of our lives. We can somehow plan out an entire roadmap and create a system of how to achieve X, Y, and Z. But God is the true playmaker, not you. In basketball terms, he's running the point and you are the sharpshooter scoring off his assist. In real life, it simply comes down to how he reveals the path while you simply walk it. Not you overthinking and trying to plan out what is reserved for God to handle. Another thing I've noticed as of recently is just I would spend hundreds of hours of journaling and reflecting, just trying to unravel my own thoughts and beliefs. Trying so hard to apply logic and reasoning as to why I wasn't the man I wanted to be. This was essentially me trying to deal with the unseen, the invisible, instead of the physical world that is right in front of me. Man's role within that divine duo is worldly execution and taking action from the understanding and insight that God supplies you. Because only you can shape your momentary thought forms and daily action. God literally cannot force you to hit the gym, eat clean, and just do the work and habits that actually align you closer towards the man you want to become. Nor can he immediately take you out of a mental rut when life unexpectedly throws some BS your way. What God can do is shape your deep-rooted beliefs, identity, and long-term reality, allowing you to walk a path that makes most sense to who you are fundamentally, one that accounts for your unique strengths, flaws, circumstances, and limiting beliefs. Truthfully, he knows you better than you know yourself. So as long as you take that aligned action, he will transform you internally and the external will follow suit. I am starting to especially build the skill of just executing upon my intuition, knowing God will guide me towards healing my mind, my body, and my soul. Simply committing myself to taking action, knowing that I'm fulfilling my role within the duo that is me and God. So all this is to say, understand the role that God has designed for you within your pursuit of self-mastery. He will handle the internal transformation. We as humans focus on the external work that aligns with our higher purpose. So before this video ends, I want to leave you with an actionable for alignment so you can actually apply this to your life. I truly believe questions are the best answers, so ask yourself this. What ways are you trying to be the playmaker instead of the action taker? Your day spent mainly consuming content and vicariously living through others' lives? Are you actively creating and building the life you desire daily through taking that aligned action? If you're not, it's okay. I want you to try this as an experiment. Next time you get an idea that it genuinely feels as though God airdropped you straight sauce from the heaven, immediately take action by taking the smallest step in that direction. A perfect example of this was literally me making this video. I intuitively got the idea to make a video about man and God being the divine duo. Instead of focusing on how I needed to write out and record an entire video to essentially fulfill and complete this idea, I took the smallest step first and simply made an outline of the video. From there, I wrote out the entire video from start to finish, recording it as I'm doing right now, and now you're here watching the final product uploaded on YouTube. All because I took that small step in alignment with fulfilling my duty of being the action taker and not the overthinker. I already touched on this in a previous episode in terms of how I'm specifically taking that action to fulfill my role through intuition and imperfect execution. So feel free to check that one out alongside all the other videos that I've made thus far within documenting my current 365-day identity transformation protocol, aka 365 Align. Basically my way of just allowing God to shape me into the man I'm striving to become mentally, physically, and spiritually. Nonetheless, you're a real one if you made it this far. Remember, commit yourself to being the action taker and just watch how God works in your life. As always, stay aligned.